Okay, this one will be quick. Okay, that's still working. This one's gonna be quick. Mostly because realistically I haven't gotten any work done on the robot since the last little video. But I will kind of go over some of the things that we've got going on here. I'm actually recording this Monday morning. Normally I record these like Saturday or Sunday morning, edit them, upload them, and then I'm wanting to make these like robot build log video things that I've been doing come out on Monday mornings, Monday afternoons. So, but if I don't have anything to talk about, I don't know what to talk about. So let's actually just get into the few little things we got going on here. Tiny Offbeat. I have almost everything for Diet Offbeat. I have all the motors, the electronics. All I need is to get the send cut send order and the hardware for that one, but I've been procrastinating on that one because I've been working on the new Offbeat. And we have our 3-pound one here that did go to Sin City Street Fights. This one's going to pretty much stay how it is. Nothing's really going to change on here, other than we probably will use the new weapon on it. I'll probably get another one of these, a couple of these ordered up. And we will be going to the wood wheels, which I've disassembled. I need to reprint this ring here in TPU, not PLA. I just printed it in PLA because that's what I had. And I need to get these titanium cleated wheels, cleats here, these little rings here. I need to get these ordered up. However, Robert says he's got to redesign these, so I'm waiting on that. And if he redesigns those, then he might also be redesigning the wheel and spacer. So, kind of holding off on that for a couple days until he gets that back to me. Look at all of these. These are the thrust bearings we use. Needle thrust bearings. I got a couple more of them. These normally sit, put one right here like that, and then this goes into the robot. And then another one goes here. And then a flat washer goes here. And then this goes here. That's how the shaft works. And then with the new frame and possibly countersunk screws, we are going to be able to put more of these spacers in there and get a little more control height of the weapon. That's something I gotta work on. But we do have the new Offbeat frame here. And one of the first thing you'll notice, this is the top of Offbeat, is it's inverted now. I don't know why Robert did it that way, but that's just how Robert did it. The weapon motor's now on this side. I think it's because the way he has the CAD files set up, this is actually the bottom of the robot in CAD, and this is the top. And when he added, one of the things that he did is we made the bottom of the robot solid. The old frame, this was actually an open space, and that's why we have to have a bottom plate here to keep our electronics in. He made it all part of the print, with the idea being that it makes it just a little, makes the whole robot a little bit thinner. We have a new weapon motor. This weapon motor spins much faster and is much larger. I have to cut this shaft off right here, get it to fit in there. This is what, a 3530 at 1700 kV. So that will be a fast motor. We're still running, we run these turbo motors. These, I haven't had to replace a motor in this Offbeat. Like these, the two motors that are inside this version of Offbeat have been in every version, and I think one of them is starting to go out. But we run 2830, 1000 kV little turbo motors. These are great little motors. They've been phenomenal so far. And as you can see, the motors sit inside these little compartments here. Now, there's two good reasons why to have these walls here. One, it just adds a little more strength to the frame. These vertical walls here, little boxes. But it also protects the motors from the wiring inside the robot. If it shifts around, it's not going to slide into the motor and get tangled up, which I think is a clever idea. Right now I just have them all sitting in here. I haven't gotten the screws or the hardware yet to properly mount them. You see, I've already got the bearings in here. What's nice is this frame is actually super flexible. You see that? You see how much flex we get out of that. Our hope is that will better absorb impacts when something hits it. It pushes in instead of biting in. We think we re-watched. That's a tongue tire right there. Our Sandstorm fights, Robert and I, and what we think is happening, or was happening during those fights, is Sandstorm was hitting and not being able to bite into the back of our armor or back of our frame here because the frame was actually giving. The weapon was, instead of hitting and biting and taking a chunk out like this, it was biting and pushing. Or it wasn't biting, but it was pushing. So this piece of metal on Sandstorm's weapon, instead of catching and ripping, it was catching and pushing the material out of the way. And that's why in one of our fights, this armor got folded back pretty far, because this back plate here was actually getting pushed in, and then Sandstorm was able to get underneath this lip here and push it up. That's what we think was happening. So we hope that'll continue to happen if we fight verticals and they happen to hit here. And then additionally with this front plate on here, this is just a solid plate, but it's aluminum, so it'll ablate a little bit. It's a little softer. So yeah, that's all I've got going on right now. The one thing that's on the printer right now isn't even robot fighting related. As some of you may be longtime viewers of my YouTube channel know, that I used to do build model trains. Well, a couple of weeks ago, last week actually, I took my little model train in to the office and put it up around our Christmas tree, and I used the NCE power cap, which uses this little panel here. It's a UDP5? I forget what it is. I forget the terms for it. Normally this is meant to be flat mounted like this to the fascia of a model railroad. Well, I don't have a model railroad. So this just kind of sits there with wires and it looks ugly. So I designed this little box with the idea that this fits right here. And what I'm happy about is I managed to just, in 15 minutes, make it so all of the holes, so we've got our track power, our connection to additional panels like this, and our power to the wall. Plus this mounts on the front here. And then I could have made it a fully enclosed box, but I actually wanted to be able to maybe put some extra electronics in it in a new version of this. So I have a little lid. Unfortunately, when I did my measurements, I forgot to compensate for wall thickness, this wall here. So while it fits and lines up and everything, it doesn't fit flush. So I had to make it a little bit wider, so I've got a new version of that printing that's a little bit wider. That's it. That's all I got going on right now. Short robot blog. Catch you guys all next time.